Oh my god. Staples actually sells staples.
Right back here on the Seth Williams Show with Chris Aiken on CMS TV, the CMS Network.
Yeah. Hey, did
Rumble.
Mario...
Make sure you're watching the show on Rumble. It doesn't matter because you're watching the show now, but Rumble.
Did Mario cut your hair here?
All right, dude. Seriously? Take that. Shove that picture. I got to call.
Just asking.
I got to call Joe Burdick and tell him to remove that picture from the...
Too funny. All right, so I have the Jason Aldean song. It's been up for 5 days. It's not banned. It's on YouTube. So let's see if we can avoid getting our channel banned on YouTube for playing a YouTube video.
And banned.
And banned. So apparently, I don't know this song. Do you know the song at all?
I think I've heard it. My wife listens to country, so I've heard it in the radio.
Yeah, apparently it talks about defending yourself if somebody comes to your door to rob you or something.
Okay.
That's what I'm grasping from this, is that's what the lyrics are about. Again, I don't know the song, but let's check it out. Here it is. It's Jason Aldean. Try That in a Small Town.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think it's tough. Well, try that in a small town.
All right, yeah, this beats no narrative whatsoever.
No. But I totally agree with the song. I love the song.
Yeah, I agree with everything he's saying. But yeah, the YouTube, now let's get to some real Nazis. The people that run YouTube, they definitely would not be for this song.
No
way. All right, let's hear more of this. I'm intrigued. And I really don't care if we do get banned from YouTube, so fuck it. Here we go.
See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
You know, that is an interesting phenomenon when you think about it. Why is it that in the big cities that there's not enough people to quell this shit? But if you take it to a small town where there's less people, they will beat you within an inch of your life for burning the flag or whatever.
Because look at the big cities. Look at New York. Look at Chicago. Look at even Cleveland. The majority of them are liberal run and liberal. I guess
I get the leadership. I'm just talking people.
But people gravitate toward that. I think majority of liberals probably live in places like New York, San Francisco, Chicago. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I mean, I don't know. I can only equate this to. Remember after 9/11, and they had a big rally in the streets in downtown. That was like the only time I ever went down for any of that stuff. But I just was like, I knew the police were going to be overwhelmed, and I went down there, and there was like a collection of like former GIs and whatnot. There was easily 100, 150 of us. And when the shit went down, we all started fucking knocking heads. Yeah. You know, until the police pushed us away, and then the police just pushed us out of the way, and then they were knocking skulls too. But when it all broke loose, I mean, we were standing side by side with the cops, throwing punches and, you know, taking people down. And it's like, I'm just always fascinated that I get what you're saying, that, you know, a blue city like New York City, but I don't believe, and maybe I'm just naive, I don't believe that the citizenry is 90-10. You know, 90% blue, 10% red. I believe it's more like 45-55. you know, and
I'd like to think that, but I'm not sure about that. I really do. And I also think that people are afraid to get involved.
yeah, well, that's probably it,
You know,
too.
you see somebody burning a flag, how many people are actually going to run over and do something? I know
Yeah.
I would. But
These days, you
I'm
probably
not
go to jail
running.
if you stop them.
yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, I think a lot of people are afraid to get involved. I think,
No.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You see these people that are spitting in cops' faces. Of course, I'd like to go up there and smack the shit out of them. But you can't. There's a riot going on. These people, it's crazy. It really is.
It is. It is.
I asked a cop today when I was talking to him at the Feeding the Police thing that we did with Billy Morris and Joe Burdick. And I was saying, what's it like? What's it like having a mayor that sits there and says that it's the Republicans' fault that the shooting down in the warehouse district happened? I said, what's that like? And he just looked at me and said, I don't even know what to tell you. And a lot of those guys were sitting there going, they can't stand what's going on in the White House, much less in City Hall. And it's scary. It's scary that one of the things that was said, and I don't even know if I should be saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways, is that the morale for police is down.
Of course, yeah.
And maybe that's not something that people don't already know, but they're afraid to do their jobs, and they can't do their jobs. And so they can't even stop the flag burnings and the spitting in the face and all the junk that that Jason Aldean was talking about.
Yeah. I have a friend that lives out, I don't want to say where he lives, but he lives near Chad or whatever that place was.
Yeah.
Lives out there. Now this guy, I was in the military with this guy, and then he was up to that point, a 25 or 26 year cop, behind his military time. So he served in the military and then he was a cop. And I've known him. I mean, he's a good friend of mine. And he would have stayed a cop until the day they forced him to retire. Up until about 2018.
Yeah.
And then when everything broke off and they started with with not protecting the cops and arresting cops, he just said, here's my paperwork, I'm out. He quit. And I have to think that's the overwhelming majority of cops these days. Why would you, especially if you've got time, you've got enough time to get a pension, why would you risk your freedom and your money and everything for these assholes that are in these neighborhoods?
No, I totally agree. And again, talking to these guys today, it's sad. It's sad to see that. And the upsetting part to me is that I have liberal friends.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They don't care that these cops are sitting there going, hey, what's going on in the White House does affect what we do.
Yeah.
What is going on in City Hall with the mayor that we have does affect their jobs. Mm-hmm. And they don't seem to care. I mean, it really does hurt what they're doing, what they're trying to do. And these guys are not out there to hurt anybody. They aren't racist. They aren't trying to shoot some poor black kid in the back or anything like that. They're out there trying to do their jobs.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird problem, and it's like instead of meeting in the middle on some issues, it's like we just swung all the way to the other side. We just skipped the middle and went all the way to the other side. Yeah. Because obviously, I mean, you can go back to Rodney King or Watts or, you can go as far back as you want. But, let's just say Rodney King. I don't know what you think, but the Rodney King cop should have been put away. Do you agree with that?
Yes. There is
they should have been put away.
Yes.
That sent a horrible message.
Yes.
The middle ground should have been, we got these idiots on film, put them away for acting like idiots, and send a message to America that we will not tolerate this nonsense.
Right.
Because the fact that we tolerated that nonsense is why we have what we have now, which is a bunch of people that don't respect police on any level at all, including our government people. The Maxine Waters of the world. Maxine Waters of the world that stood by and watched Rodney King and took that as a beacon to their political career.
Right.
And so now, I mean, isn't she the one that said, if you see any Republicans in a store, you got to harass them and whatever, tip over their dinner tables or whatever. I don't remember what she said, but she said something about be radical.
Yes, she did.
And it's like this is the direct result of us not being.
I have some of that. You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I want to say this plain and simple. There is no place for political violence in America. Period. None. Ever.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemy.
It goes on.
Yeah, it goes on and on. Where are all these tough talkers? That's my question. Where are they at? They talk a big game, but they won't back their big game. Because if they back it to the wrong person, someone like me, they will get punched in their fucking head. You know, they'll get a pistol whipping. You know, that's just, you know, they talk all kinds of nonsense, but it's like, they talk it from the safety of a microphone.
Absolutely.
They don't talk it. They don't talk it from in front of somebody.
CMT has removed Jason Aldean's new music video from its air rotation after a video garnered on.
And Seth froze. Are you back?
Hello.
There you are. You froze up for a second. Huh. But yeah, Aldean, good for Aldean for putting this video out there. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't yanked it down yet.
Well,
that is surprising.
I don't know if I can read this message. Black Jelly Bean guy. I hope this country swings so far to the right these people's heads spin farther right than I can fathom.
Banned!
Yeah, and banned.
Banned! It doesn't matter if we get banned anyway, because we are on Rumble. You can certainly check out with Rumble. And beginning next week, we will be on the SethWilliamsShow.com, where people can leave comments just like they do on YouTube. So that way, if and when, and I think it's safe to say it's a when YouTube bans this show, it won't make any difference. You guys will still be able to participate just from the SethWilliamsShow.com.
Yeah, we need to put that up. Like the Seth Williams Show, the SethWilliamsShow.com, the SethWilliamsShow.com. Start watching the show there because you'll be able to, next week anyways.
Yeah, starting next week, you'll be able to comment.
You'll be able to comment.
Just like you do on YouTube now. So you won't. And look, we're not trying to get banned, but we know we're going to get banned. We just know it. We know it's going to happen.
Because, I can't even put a Flat Earth guy on.
Yeah. Flat Earth guy killed my channel because I put it on that channel and they banned it. So it's going to happen. So whatever. Is what it is.
It's frustrating because, you have more freedom on actual radio than you do on this.
You do. Well, on YouTube.
Right.
On YouTube, because like even on Twitter. I mean, we're on Twitter if anybody wants to follow along on Twitter. But there's more freedom over on Twitter.
But the SethWilliamsShow.com, you don't have to sign up there. You can just watch the show.
Hey, you watch the show, you just drop in your name and you have an account. You can leave messages and stuff. So do that.
Well, it's been fun today. I enjoyed Moon Fever. Very good stuff. Good
fun.
band. I like the music. And then next week, well, I guess next Monday we have Saliva on.
We do.
And then Drowning Pool on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. Hopefully Tony Massacia will be back.
Yeah.
In action. I want to thank everybody at the police event today. Joe Burdick, Burdick Custom Flags, presented a flag to the police. It was fantastic. Billy Morris, his smoking rock and roll food truck. It was a good time. Jake Underwood was there, and it was a good time. So, and I want to say I appreciate everybody calling me a Nazi tonight, and fat, and all the horrible things that have been said.
Yeah, you took a beating tonight, that's for sure.
And we will try to get the Hindu band on as well.
Yeah, we'll try.
Guys, link to your pay site. You can give stars on Facebook, I think. I don't know
what
how
does that
works.
do?
Gives us money.
Does it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Fun show, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. The Sunday breakfast. Oh, if there is one, I hope that I'm still invited to breakfast after being called a Nazi, racist, horrible person.
Do you think you're not going to be welcome to breakfast anymore?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the coming days.
That's funny.
And we'll try to get somebody on to talk about issue 1. I want to do
All right,
that.
yeah, we definitely need that. So,
all right, everybody have a great rest of the week and a safe one. Thank you for listening. God willing, we'll talk to you again on Monday.
See ya.
See ya.